What's up, everyone? It's Nick again with the BuzzLux YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be going over my picks for gaming laptops as of early 2015. Um, so we have some choices here. Um, for a budget gaming laptop, uh, there's really only like two uh, you should be looking at. Um, There's a Lenovo Y50 with the i7, um, which is a great laptop. Many people like this laptop. I like the look of it. It's nice and slim. Um, good laptop. The graphics card is the GTX 860M, which is a pretty decent, uh, you know, pretty decent GPU. Um, Now I'm expecting uh, NVIDIA to release a replacement for the 860M, like a 960M or a 965M or something like that. So you might want to wait for that to be released because I imagine it's going to be around the same time as they release the desktop variant of that. So something to keep in mind, but as of right now, it's not released yet. So this would still be my choice for the budget gaming laptop. I really wouldn't go um, anything cheaper than this because it's pretty much uh, the best price to performance laptop right now. Um, you'll still be able to play new games on it and stuff. Not on maxed out settings or anything. Some you will, but yeah, that's my budget choice. All right, moving on. Now, this one, the Y70 is pretty portable. That's a good thing about it. You'll be able to fit it in pretty much any backpack and carry it around with you to school or whatever. Um, Now, if you want more of a desktop replacement, you don't really care that much about portability. Maybe you have like a smaller, older laptop that you use for school and work or whatever. But you still want a portable uh, gaming machine. Uh, if your budget's a little higher, this is the one I would go with. Um, it has the older 870M GPU. They have announced the GTX 970 and 880M. Um, so this one's they're phasing out the 870. So with that, the laptop models with that GPU are coming down in price. This one was actually going for 1,200 uh, just yesterday. Um, so for 1,200, it's a good buy um, because it's $300 cheaper than the one with a 970M. So for $1,200, this is a great buy. Maybe not as much for 1,280, but still uh, a good choice for uh, one above the Lenovo. Um, One thing to keep in mind is there might be some 870M models for cheaper on occasion, um, but with the 870M, it does get pretty hot. So you want something with decent cooling, and the Asus style coolers are really nice here. They have dual fans and stuff. So and it stays relatively quiet while being cooled. You can check out my video of my MSI GT60 with the 870M, and you really need the turbofan to be running to really game on it. Otherwise, your temperatures will get pretty hot, and it gets really loud. So going back, I would probably go with the Asus just because of the cooler or in quieter cooling. Actually, I don't think it runs as cool as the GT60 with the turbofan, but it's going to be cool enough with quieter operating temperature. So That's why I would go with this one over the GT60 or like the Gigabyte. I think the Gigabyte ones are really poor cooling. So this is my choice for the $1,200 laptops. All right. And this one does have 16 gigabytes of RAM, so more RAM too with the, and it's a 17-inch display. All right, moving on here. Now, if you want the best performer, uh, for a decently priced laptop, you're gonna want to go with this one. For $1,500, the new Asus 17-inch laptop is just a great laptop. It's a little bit more flashier than the previous generation. It has more red accents, as well as in the back. Exhaust fins are red as well. And this back shield is a little more flashier. But it is a big laptop, a desktop replacement. Now the 970M compared to the 870M, it does have a pretty good performance boost. I think it is like 25 to 30% improved performance over the 870 while being cooler running. So, if that's worth the extra $300, it's up to you. These do come with an IPS display as well, a 1920 by 1080. The previous model I just showed you had a TN panel, I believe, and I think it was a lower quality TN panel, and that was one of the gripes people had with it. So, the new one, you get a couple added features, ones I'm not listing here, because it is the newer generation. But those are probably the two main ones. The GPU and the display are a little nicer. The GPU a lot nicer actually. So that's where that $300 come from. I mean, that's a significant price for just for a better GPU pretty much. So, but the 970M is a great GPU. Tons of performance there for gaming. And I really wouldn't recommend going higher than 1500 for a laptop. If you have the money to burn, go for it. But really, it starts getting ridiculous after this point. Like $3,000 for a laptop with the performance of a $1,500 laptop is pretty ridiculous. When I consider a gaming laptop, I don't consider something you want to like max out games on the go all the time. It's pretty much just so you can play the games at decent settings. Uh, so that's up to you. I do have an honorable mention, I guess. I don't know if I would really recommend this, but it's a pretty cool computer nonetheless. Um, Here we have it actually was just released at CES. It's a 13.3-inch laptop. Um, as you can see, the price looks a little high, but I'll get into some of the more cool features that it has. So it's the MSI GS30 Shadow. It has a very high-end processor. It's a very nice processor. 16 gigs of RAM. I believe it's two SSDs in RAID 0, so it only has 128 gigabytes of storage because it's in RAID 0. So you only get 128, but you get good performance. It's going to be really good performance. The 1920 by 1080 display. So very portable, professional laptop. It has Iris Pro graphics, so it'll be great for professional use. But the main selling point for this laptop is it comes with this dock. For $18.99, it comes with this dock, keep in mind. And this docking system is pretty awesome, actually. I know a lot of people that use gaming laptops have been like wishing for something like this. And what it is your the laptop itself on the back here. See if I get a picture of the back. It has a PCI Express by 16 Gen 3 uh, slot on the back, and it's not that slot exactly. It's like a proprietary thing, but that's the bandwidth that that slot uses. So what happens is you can dock your laptop in this, like when you get home from work and you want a game. Um, and in this enclosure, it has, I believe, a 430-watt power supply, um, and a PCI slot, so you can put a full-size desktop GPU in this enclosure and get the performance of a full-size desktop uh, with this laptop. So that is pretty awesome. You can upgrade the GPU when you want. This CPU on this computer will be plenty powerful enough for a couple of generations. Um, so you can upgrade the GPU when you want, get a fast single GPU, um, and be good to go. So that's pretty cool. Um, as well as having the GPU slot, it has your headphone jacks, your Ethernet plug, and 4 USB 2.0 ports. Now that's really cool to me. That all connects just through this easy to use dock. Because what I'm using, if you check out my setup videos, you'll see that I have all these USBs and DisplayPort connectors are just all hooked up to the laptop itself. So it's kind of a pain to unplug them all when I want to like grab the laptop and like use it someplace else. So with this kind of a setup, it's like any other dock where you just unplug it from the dock and that's it. You leave everything else plugged in and then you can just, plug it right back in and be good to go when you do that. So pretty cool setup here. I see how this would be a really cool computer for people. And as well as having the ports and the power supply and the GPU, this front has some speakers built in, and it has a 3.5-inch drive bay, so you can have like a hard drive in there with all your game and all your games and your mass storage. So that's very cool. You can have best of both worlds, pretty much. You can have a nice work school laptop, very portable, very sleek, as well as having a gaming desktop at home, pretty much, with this enclosure. And I think since both of them together for $1,900, not too bad. I mean, it's a pretty cool idea. It's still just one computer, and it's very cool. Really think it's a cool consideration, at least, if you have the money. Uh, Now, as of right now, I think you have to have an external monitor because you have to have this closed and use the GPU of an external monitor. But I'm sure most people would want that, seeing as it's only a 13-inch. So, pretty sweet. Yeah. So that's going to be my roundup of my gaming choices, my gaming laptop choices as of early 2015. Um, with the new GTX 960 or 965M, whatever they're going to call it, uh, it might change. So, yeah, but as of right now, those are my choices. Thank you for watching. This is Nick with the BuzzLux YouTube channel.